Hello, TikTok. Guess what I saw yesterday? I saw the new Karate Kid with my husband, and I'm going to give a quick review. I'm going to have a longer review on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go over there and check it out. There will be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, feel free to skip. I absolutely love this film. It is a great nod to the original Karate Kid with Miyagi-Do, a great combination of multiple disciplines of martial arts, which is karate and kung fu. And there is a character that is an ex-boxer, so tying in that discipline. And then the film can be broken up to me in two parts: master and student. The lead character, Li Feng, which, just a quick side note, I love how they didn't have him go under an Americanized name. Throughout the film, the character, just like the actor who I believe is an immigrant from China, in the film he is, keeps his birth name of Li Feng. And Jackie Chan's character, Mr. Han, is addressed by his first name, not an Americanized name. But I love how they did that. I feel like it ties back to the culture of just because you're in America, yes, you learn to speak English. That was his whole mother's thing, which, by the way, his mother is the original voice actress for Mulan. So if you hear or recognize her when you're watching this and be like, that sounds like Mulan, that is her. She's all about, new country, new culture, new language, but throughout the film, it is spoken in Mandarin as well. And I just love that he kept his name for Li Feng. But anyway, Li Feng in the first half is the master, where he is teaching his love interest, Mia's father, the boxer, how to do kung fu to help him with his boxing, which didn't go over well, but anyway, he then becomes the student again in the last half of the film. So Mr. Han brings in his old friend, who unfortunately has passed away, Mr. Miyagi. And he travels to Miyagi-Do, and of course Sensei LaRusso's there, and together, him and Mr. Han teach Li Feng karate. And they bring up an amazing quote, which is two branches of the same tree, as well as some feeling of superiority, which martial art is the best. But early on in this film, literally the first scene is from the original 1985 Karate Kid, which is Mr. Miyagi explaining the origins of Miyagi-Do. His ancestor, who was Japanese, become adrift, was adopted by a Chinese family, was taught the ways of Kung Fu, to which he then brought back to Okinawa. And that actually is just my one question. Maybe someone who's more well-versed in this Karate Kid universe. Is Miyagi-Do like Miyagi karate? Because Mr. Han brings up, I want Li Feng to learn not karate, but Miyagi karate. So I'm just curious, is Miyagi karate a combination of karate and kung fu? Or is it just the method to which karate is teaching? And yeah, I just love that. There is also a tie to Cobra Kai. At the end, we see Johnny Lawrence, who is the original bully in Karate Kid, but it's also a tie to the fact that they seem to be working together, which is what they are in Cobra Kai. So, great tying of all universes, both the original series, the 2010 reboot, The only critique I have is I wish they had dealt with the trauma a little bit more. Li Feng's mother does not want Li Feng to be doing Kung Fu. He and his brother were ambushed after his brother's tournament by the rival. And the rival ended up the brother. And Li Feng, in fright, froze. So he's been living with that guilt. And throughout the film, it is evident that he is feeling guilty about not helping his brother. And that, I just wish they had a little bit more of a clearer end. The mother does come around and supports Li Feng, but I just wish they had dove a little deeper, maybe between Li Feng and his mother, and then had a more clear resolution of maybe the mother realizing that Kung Fu was not the reason why her son died. Yes, they did Kung Fu, and it was after a tournament, but it was because they were ambushed by the opponent and his buddies, who one took a knife and jabbed him. That was the reason for his death. Because throughout the film, to me, it does sound like the mother was blaming Li Feng for his brother's death, which is completely unreasonable. Just because your son was there doesn't mean that he caused his brother's death. But I digress with that. Overall, it's a great film. You can definitely, if you watch like all of the movies, especially like the original 3 with Daniel LaRusso when he's young, or the 2010 Karate Kid, aka Kung Fu Kid. You definitely see ties to all of them, and I just love the harmony. I absolutely love Daniel and Mr. Han together, and I actually do see in this universe how Mr. Han could have befriended Mr. Miyagi. You know, the whole sense of community, both within the disciplines and then the harmonization of 2 different lives, or 3 if you count boxing, which yes, that is not could be viewed as not the same branch as, or tree even, as, you know, Kung Fu and Karate, but multiple disciplines, and how multiple disciplines can be used to benefit each other. But I just love this movie overall. The music is modern, which, yeah. Overall, lovely film, lovely cast. I can't wait to see there's a sequel. Ben Fong, who plays Li Feng, did an amazing job. And I love Ming-Na Wen as his mother. And then, of course, Daniel and Mr. Han. And, of course, seeing Johnny at the end, I'm like, Cobra Kai! But overall, I love the film. It is a little bit kind of speed up at the end, the kind of karate part, but I love it. I would give it probably 3.5 or 4 out of 5 stars, and tell me what you guys think.